All right, my people, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support on the previous video and all the other videos, man. I'm still getting comments on my prop firm one, which is great. So I really do appreciate all that, all the comments that y'all have been dropping. I've been reading and you know what I'm saying, just responding back to y'all. So I really do appreciate that. In this video, I am going to be breaking down two trades that I took 2 weeks ago. I just didn't make a video on them, but in these two trades, they both were losses. And I just want to, you know, be transparent with you guys and show you guys my thought process on why I took them, show you guys the entries. And there was also some comments asking if I could show how to determine trend. And I'm here to do that as well. Before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow my Instagram as well at EJ Harden. I got a couple of you guys that reach out to me telling me that you enjoy the videos. So I really do appreciate that as well, man. It means the world to me. And I just seen that we are at 200 subscribers. So thank you so much for that, man. I remember when I was at 24 subscribers. Now we're touching 200, soon to be 2,000, 10,000. And you know what I'm saying? The rest will be history. But I really do appreciate you guys so much. So let's jump into it. As I mentioned, I took these 2 weeks ago, and NZD CAD was the same trade that my last video was on when I made 10,000. We just caught this big move right here. Absolutely perfect. So to continue that, or let me tell you why I wanted to continue that. So price had closed above here. Boom. All I was looking for it to do was to come retest this area right here and then continue up. Now, if you remember from the last video, I mentioned that we were bullish on the weekly and bullish on the daily as well, and this was still the case. So when determining the trend, the best thing for you to do is to have these lines right here. These lines will let you know if we're bullish or bearish. So you set one line on, and you can start wherever, but this is the biggest push that I've seen, and this is a higher high, so this is where I'm starting. As you see here, this is swing high, this is swing low. We're just in between these two lines right here, right? So if this is the swing high and this is the swing low, then even in between these lines, we're still bullish. Only way we could be bearish is if price closes under here, body closes under here, then we would move the line under. Now I'll go more deep into that, but this is just a big ass push, so that's why the zone is so big. And if we break above here, actually, let me zoom in. If we break above here, then we would just create a new high and the lines would move again. But just know for this case, the weekly is bullish. Get these out of here. Okay, now we jump down to the daily. The daily should make more sense because it's not that big push. But let me say this, the same thing that you do on the weekly is the same thing that you do on the daily. It's the same thing that you do on the 4 hour, and it's the same thing that you do on the lower time frames, right? When determining the trend and if we're bullish or bearish. So in this case, this is the swing high. This is the swing low. As soon as price body closes under, as it did, well, you could put it here. As soon as price body closed under, that should let you know, okay, now we're bearish on the daily. Still bullish on the weekly, but bearish on the daily, right? So all you do, we can't put it there, so let's wait for some more structure to form. Once you see structures formed, boom. Now this turns into the lower low. This turns into the lower high. Remember, we were bullish, but once we got this break under this structure, because that's where the line was, now we're bearish and we just waited for price to create more structure, right? So then let's take it a step further. We're here now. Price made a lower low, just like I said on the weekly. We can't be bearish unless price body closes under. Price body closed under, so now this moves to lower high, and then you move this line to lower low. I'm telling you, these lines are going to be key, like especially if you're just starting out or you're just trying to learn it or learn this, then I'm telling you it's going to be so key. So we just continue to take it. We have this here, new lower low, boom. new lower low, lower high, lower low, new lower low becomes lower high, or excuse me, lower low and lower high. Now, once we're here at this point, again, just like on the weekly, we're in this range, we're in this zone. We don't care about what price is doing in here. We're determining the trend. All we care about is if price body closes above this area right here. Because if it body closes above this area, that would make us bullish. And that's exactly what it did. So now this becomes higher low. This turns into higher high. And now we're in this range. Now we're in a bullish range. We're just waiting for price to either do two things. Body close under to make us go bearish, or create a new higher high, which it did here. So then all we do is new higher high, new higher low. It's just going to take practice and honestly repetition. All you got to do is just keep waking up, looking at the markets, just keep at it. I'm telling you, it's going to be so simple. And then we just keep it going, man. As you see here, that's all I waited for. New higher high, new higher low. Ended up taking this trade, made 10K. Now, I've been trading for around 3 years and some change. And I was just watching YouTube consistently. I was all on Alex's YouTube, watching his videos consistently. And that's honestly, you know what I'm saying, where I learned this. Now, I took his boot camp, and that's where everything really clicked. But he, before I took his boot camp, he didn't have videos really in depth explaining this stuff. Now he does. So y'all actually got it better. So I had to pay for that. But if you just go to his YouTube and check out those videos, he literally goes in way more depth than I do. And it makes it real easy for people to understand this, if you've been trading or if you're new to the trading world. So again, what I was looking at was for price to make a new higher high, which it did, come back, retest this area of structure, and then go up. Now I have this zone here because there is structure to the left as well, but I'm not going to go all the way back there. But that's how I determined the trend on the daily and on the weekly. And as I mentioned, you're going to do the same thing on the 4 hour. You're going to do the same thing on the 1 hour. You're going to do the same thing on the 15 minute. Like it doesn't matter. So in this case, this is where we're at, or this is where we were at. And I do have it in replay mode because, like I said, this was 2 weeks ago. So higher high, higher low, everything's bullish. Not worried about the 4 hour because we have 2 time frames in sync, the weekly and the daily. So we're looking for buys. And this entry was on the 15 minute. Let me go over that real fast. Okay, perfect. Now for this entry, let me remind you guys that if you don't see exactly what you want to see in the market, do not take the trade. If you have half your strategy, do not take the trade. If you have those thoughts and feelings, oh, well, maybe this looks good and maybe this is, do not take the trade, because all that's going to do is mess with your emotions, get your emotions out of whack. You're going to fear when you're in the trade and it's in drawdown that you missed something. And this, trust me, I've been through it. I experienced it with this trade. And let me explain exactly what I mean. So for this trade, as I mentioned in previous videos, I like to see 2 candles, right? So in order for price to come back to this area and for me to look for a trade, the 15 minute had to have been bearish, right? Because I'm looking for a shift of structure on the 15 minute to then take it up. Now, this area right here is where I was battling with myself on if I consider this structure or not. Because I said, excuse me, I said it's kind of big enough for a 15-minute candle. But then the other part of me was like, but I like to see 2 candles to actually consider a structure. So I'm going back and forth in my head, back and forth all day, you know, trying to decide, am I going to take the trade or not? Because this is, you know what I'm saying, do I consider this structure or not? Now, that's why I said what I said before, because now I learned my lesson that If I don't see exactly what I want to see, if I don't see two candles, then I don't consider it structure. Unless it is, you know what I'm saying, a big ass candle like this or something, then I would consider that structure. But if it's something like this, I don't take it, even if it gives me that shift of structure, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm just confident in that those two candles. So in this case, I still took the trade, but so I was considering that candle to look like this or to be like this on structure. And then this would be our shift of structure. Just like I said, the same thing you do on the weekly, daily, 4 hours, the same thing you do on the lower time frames. Take those same lines out. This is how I was looking at it. Lower low, lower high. Price broke above, higher high, and I would keep this as the higher low. Gave me a pullback, and then my entry was right here, engulfing entry. I didn't take it there because I saw this trade late, but we were still in this zone, so I was like, you know what, let me take it over here, just counting it as this big push to the upside. But again, I'm gonna keep reiterating it because it's so important. If you don't see exactly what you want to see, do not take the trade. My emotions was going crazy. I was fearful. I was worried. Damn, did I make the right move? Did I actually look at it right? Was I, you know what I'm saying? Was I just messing with myself or just trying to, you know, hype myself up to get in the trade to feel something? Been there, done that. And I'm not saying that that's the reason that I lost this trade, because every trade is 50-50, but you got to understand and you got to try to manage your emotions in trades and put yourself in the best situation so you're not emotional when you're trading. That's the most important thing. So hopped into this trade, and as you see, was in profit a little, ended up taking me out. Stop loss was under this previous swing low. Boom, took me out. All right, on to the next one. So I noticed that, and then I saw that price ended up coming back into this area. Now remember, this is the same area where I took the trade previously, made 10K. So I'm thinking, okay, we're still bullish. Price hasn't done anything crazy. We're still bullish on the daily, still bullish on the weekly. You know what I'm saying? It's just price didn't hold at this level. I took an attempt didn't work. Let's drop down and wait for another attempt. And that's exactly what we got. Now in this case, we're not worried about the 4 hour, but if you want to practice, then you could do that too. The 4 hour here was bearish. And repetition is going to be y'all's best friend. I said that earlier, but I'm telling you, repetition and practice is going to be y'all's best friends. Higher high, higher low. Price body closed under. Boom. We're now bearish on the 4 hour. Just move the lines. So right here, lower low, lower high, broke under again. No problem. Lower low here, lower high. Boom. But again, in this case, it doesn't matter because we already have the weekly and the daily bullish, so we're looking for buys anyways. This trade was on the 30-minute. And this is exactly what I want to see on the 30-minute. This follows my strategy, or the strategy that I use with FX Alex G to the T. Now, again, I mentioned it before, but he has other things in his strategy that I personally don't use. Not saying that they don't work or you don't need them. If you want to use them, check out his videos. Y'all do that. I just found that, the simpler, the better for me. So this is all I'm looking for. This is all I'm really worried about is what is price telling me? What is market structure telling me? That's how I get in. That's how I get out. So in this case, as you see, we needed the 30-minute to be bearish in order to get a shift of structure. Did we get that? Yes. I'm not going to go all the way up there, but we can just start right here. Let's say in this case, price was bullish because it broke structure up here. Then it continued to break lower to get into our zone. Put that right there. Then it made a new lower low. If y'all hear me say the same thing multiple times, it's because I'm trying to put emphasis on it. So the same thing that you do when determining the trend for the weekly, daily, 4 hour is the same thing you're going to do on the lower time frames for your shift of structure. There's nothing different. I promise you, there's nothing different. Damn, I should have did that. But anyways, so you see we have lower low, lower high. Now, once we break above, as you see we did here, we're bullish. Cool. Now, I don't want to put the marker there because there's not no structure. So put the market up, or excuse me, the line up here to let me know, okay, now we're really bullish. So let me put this line up here. That becomes a higher high. You can mark this as a higher low, right? Because that's the same thing we just did on the other time frames. Now for the entry, all I'm doing is waiting for a pullback and an engulfing candle. Boom, there it is. As you see, perfect entry. Hop in right there. Set stops below. This was below the previous swing low. This was 20.4. I did mine 25.4. Perfect. And then you just hop in the trade, let it work. Simple as that. I promise you, it doesn't get any more simpler than that. And as you see, it doesn't mean that you're going to win the trade, because this one obviously lost too. But it's just, I saw the strategy. I saw exactly what I wanted to see. My emotions aren't high. My mind isn't racing. I'm not worried about if it's winning or losing. Every trade is 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It's not no guarantee win. You're going to be more confident because your edge gives you a strategy. But other than that, every trade is 50-50. Anything can happen in the market. You accept those risks, you become a consistently profitable trader, because over a long run, your edge works for you. Simple as that. And even if you lose a lot, your risk to reward makes up for that. It's no different, man. I promise you, it's no different. So we hop into this trade, loses. Okay, bet. Not worried about that. Get the next one. Now, I haven't seen the next one yet. Actually, I did, but I just missed the trade. But I haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I haven't traded in 2 weeks, just because I'm either missed a trade or I just haven't seen price really work in my favor. There was some good ones this past week, but nothing really crazy. So yeah, that's honestly going to be the video. Just want to break down to you guys these two losers that I had 2 weeks ago. NZD CAD, I was looking to trade this past week, or this week that we're in right now. Sorry, I'm in replay mode, but let me get out of that. I was actually looking to take a trade off this level right here. It wasn't this big though. It was like this. Off this level right here, and price went without me. It is what it is. It happens. Not really too worried about it. Price just didn't reach my, like, all the way into my area of interest where I wanted to see it. But it did give me a entry candle, which would have been right here. Again, weekly was bullish. Daily was bullish, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, daily was bullish. It just didn't return to my area of interest zone that I really wanted it to, or all the way in. Just missed out. Shifts of structure was there. All the good stuff was there. Boom, go bullish. Set my lines up. This will be the higher high, higher low. We're in this range. And then you see we get a doji and an engulfing candle. That's where you enter. That's where you enter, and you set and forget that hoe. But I did not, because I missed it. But yeah, man, that's going to be the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some knowledge from it. Again, leave comments down in the on the video, because I loved reading y'all's comments. I love answering y'all's questions. I'm not the perfect trader. I'm on the journey just like you on the journey. But you know what I'm saying? We finna get to it for sure. And we're going to learn this stuff. We're going to use this stuff and use it to our advantage for sure. Get some money out the market. And you know what I'm saying? Just try to better our lives, man. But y'all be safe this week. Y'all have a good one. If y'all are still trading this week, because it's Wednesday right now. So if y'all are still trading Thursday and Friday, make sure you're using good risk management. And yeah, just get to the bread, man. But y'all have a good one, man. I'll catch y'all next week. I'm out.